The Mandalorian, Chapter 18, The Mines of Mandalore.
Wait, I thought we were going to talk about Willow.
Did you say the mines as in M-I-N-D?
No.
No, The
Oh,
Mines.
Okay.
Like the
I'm just
mines of
messing with you.
Moria.
By the way,
The mines
this
of
felt
Mandalore.
this felt like a Lord of the Rings thing when they were down in the mines. I was kind of like, wow, this has a little Lord of the Rings feel to this. I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Oh, I thought this whole episode, with the guy, he looked like,
He looked like a weird General Grievous.
yes, that's what I was going to say. He looked like a General Grievous. I mean, just being the eyeball that can shift between different things. And I thought the way it was filmed felt very original trilogy. Obviously the screen transitions, but the way they filmed it, the grit in the film, it looked like it was like from that time as well. And I thought Bo-Katan did such a great job in this episode. Like, even though she's pissed at him, she's just gonna come out and help him, and she did a lot of explaining, which I didn't expect. Usually someone in her position would just be like, let her actions explain what she's doing and why she's doing it, but she explained it to Mando as they were going through. I used to be the queen here. I used to be royalty. And I thought that was kind of cool too.
Well, and it went from her. I honestly, well, it was great as soon as Grogu showed up, and she was like, "Wait, what happened to him?" She went from saying, "I'm getting rid of this guy once and for all," to, "Yes, we have to go and help." But it seemed like she was being very patronizing at first to him, like, "Let me read you about the living waters and all this stuff." And the more time she spent with him, her mind was changing, not Din's. Din was steadfast in his belief, and she started coming along to his side. I went from thinking Bo-Katan was going to be the big, enemy of this season, to thinking, wow, I think, her whole speech about we've hurt ourselves fighting amongst ourselves for reasons we don't even understand anymore. And I think she is going to look at it like, this guy's a natural leader. And even though I think I could do a great job, I think I might fall in line just for the good of Mandalore. Because even when she was like, my father died for Mandalore, and he was just like, this is the way.
See,
that was deep. I was like,
I'm still not fully convinced. I'm not fully convinced that she's. What's that, Dave?
I said she used the Darksaber.
She did, and she was really good at it too.
So much better than Din used it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Loved it. Yeah, that was a great scene. Go ahead, Doug. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was saying I'm still not convinced that she's not going to still be antagonistic towards Din. Like she may have come to help him, but honestly, I was watching her and I'm like watching her body language. I'm like, see, I still don't fully trust her yet. Like I have to believe that for a brief second, even if it was like for the briefest second, she had to have considered, I could just grab the Darksaber and I could just leave him. Like, I don't have to save the kid's dad, It's like, you could see
who would know that I didn't beat...
Right, exactly. Who would know?
Is Din dead? Yes, he's dead. You're like, oh my god.
Oh, did you defeat him in combat? I did, and I won the Darksaber.
No, she wouldn't say it. She would just say, he's dead. And they would assume she defeated him. I thought the exact same thing. I was like, she's going to steal. She didn't learn her lesson, but she did. She gave it back to him.
Yeah, well, she left it there with his stuff. But, like, I saw her kind of eyeballing it as he picked it back up. Like, I still think there's some part of her where she's like, I'm going to get that Darksaber back. But,
see,
yeah.
I looked at that scene like she saw him picking it up, and that was the moment she's like, okay, that does belong to him. He should rule. He will be the uniter to bring all the clans together.
I don't know about that. I'm still, like I said, I'm still very hesitant on that. I don't think she's fully over I still think that a part of her still thinks that she would make the better ruler.
You might be hesitant, but when he went under the water, she didn't hesitate at all. She just went straight down to get him.
She did, yes. And, I'm starting to wonder if his talk of, by creed and, this is the way, I'm wondering if that's starting to work its way into her mind. She's thinking, well, maybe that's really what it does mean to be a Mandalorian. Maybe we should be looking out for each other more.
And think of this, fatherly fandom makes a perfect thing. The Darksaber is heavy for Din now, but now that he's completed his quest, that burden has been lifted. The Darksaber will probably be a little easier to wield now that he has lifted that. And I agree with that 100%.
That's true. Yeah, that could very well be.
And Attack on Show, you're right. He doesn't want to rule. But they always say the best rulers are the ones that don't want to rule. And that's why it's going to be Din Djarin.
Yep, because
that's why it should have been Jon Snow.
They think more from the commoner's point of view.
Yeah, no, I truly think that he would, in fact, actually make a good ruler. It's just, I don't think it's going to be that easy for him.
Well, it's not, but I think the fact that Bo-Katan lost all of her followers, at first I thought she was lying about it, but then it looks like everyone did stop following her. I think she's going to be like, for the good of Mandalore, we need to, prop up Din. She's going to force him to be the leader that he doesn't want to be.
I don't think Dave and I really ever came to a conclusion last week, but when we see all of the huge group that that has joined up with the Children of the Watch, when we see all of those Mandalorians, I don't know if we ever determined where they even came from. Do you think they were followers of Bo-Katan that were like, no Darksaber? Okay, bye, girl.
Very, very possibly. Or they went somewhere else that they, had some allies with and just left her like, okay, listen, we're going to go with another clan that, leads you. You once again have failed again. It's too common in your rule. Look what you did to Mandalore, and now you can't even get the Darksaber. We're going to follow someone else. I do think that there were some of the Night Owls there and other places.
And did all of the Mandalorians that were with the Armorer, did they all die, or did they all they were getting slaughtered? So some of them took off.
They didn't really say one way or the other. All Paz Vizsla said was, so Din Djarin said, I'm sorry for your sacrifice, which I think implies that a lot of them died. And then, Paz said, well, now there are only 3 of us. So I don't know if that means, yes, some of them took off, some of them died, or did they all die? I don't really know.
I do think it's a little combination of both.
Navarro after.
So those ones that did know Din Djarin, that lived through that attack on Navarro, I'm sure they're going to follow Din.
They might, yeah.
They're going to find out that he's got it, and he got the Darksaber, and they're going to follow him.
Yeah, there's going to be a struggle to get everyone to follow his lead, but I think with Bo-Katan at his side, it's going to help. And I think as things... The only problem I see is the Armorer and some of the Children of the Watch who are, extreme zealots. Don't take off your helmet or you're not a Mandalorian. I don't know how that's going to mesh, with the Mandalorians who take off their helmets all the time and don't follow that children's story of a creed. But I think it's going to...
understand, why did that become a thing? Why was the whole don't ever take off your helmet? Whether it was a child story or not, what made it, what was the reason, I guess? Other than for Disney Plus to be able to have whatever character actor they wanted to do all the stunts and not show their face. Other than that. I get the practical reason.
When she gave him the soup, and he's talking about it, I was like, all right, is he going to go to a different part of the cave to take off his mask so he could eat it? But no, he just did the, like that.
No, he did. Didn't he do that when he went to that one village with
he did, yes.
The ATSD?
It was up above the street, and he took it off, and no one could see him from where he was.
I thought I remember seeing him eat soup like that before, though.
I think it was in the diner where he just kind of went...
Ah, okay.
Hog soup, yeah.
Yeah, and I love that she said any Mandalorian worth their armor was raised on this. kind of like a little shade at him, like, yeah, okay. Of course, she wasn't wrong. I mean, he was in trouble this whole freaking episode.
Yes. I said to, I don't remember if I said it like in our main Slack channel or whatever, but I'm like, geez, dude, friggin' Din, oh my god, like, can you go like one step without getting into trouble? And I also I love how Bo-Katan complimented Grogu. Like when she's talking a little bit about the Jedi, she goes, you must be strong with the Force if you're able to come and get me.
Yeah,
I love
like how she reacted to the whole thing.
Yeah, it's nice that she recognized that.
She's like, I'm just going to tell him off. Wait a minute, what's going on here?
Right, yeah, that was great.
Two things in this episode were about Din and Grogu's relationship. Mm-hmm. When he was flying to Mandalore, and he was like, "This is our people's homeworld." It was very clear that he was.
Oh well,
basically,
yeah,
we're both Mandalorians.
Grogu, a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That's his founding.
And exactly, and then when Bo-Katan was like, "Did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian or whatever?" They're really setting up this father and son type dynamic, and that kind of goes into my theory I'll have about the big surprise we got at the end of this episode.
All right. But
and you know what? I did theorize that was Chopper, and I was wrong. R5D4, but he made it since A New Hope, 1977.
I love that he's got a personality, and that his personality is scared droid. Like, that's great. I love it that he's been on Tatooine for this long. He's lived through so much BS that, like, yeah, of course he's, like, afraid of ever leaving Tatooine because he's been there for so long.
And it was important, too. It wasn't like he was just nothing, because, he sends him out there to measure the air, see if they can breathe it. And then when he sends Grogu, she says, download the astromech. Like, without R5D4 there, she wouldn't have known where to go, because she can't speak to Grogu. Mm-hmm. He's not going to be able to tell her anything.
Yeah, and Fatherly Fandom makes another great point. He believes Din was snatched down in the living waters because the Mythosaur was choosing Din. I don't disagree with that at all.
Oh, I hadn't thought of it like that. Okay.
Not Your Status Quo is a lot like an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Always a surprise twist at the end.
Right.
What a twist! Yeah, R5 definitely deserves some props because I did not expect them to get to the mines of Mandalore this early in this season.
Oh, yeah, I didn't expect that. I thought we were going to, BS around the galaxy for a lot longer, like have an entire episode on Tatooine again. Like, I'm glad that they made it quick. Like when Pelly made her comment, like, "Oh, you gonna help out Boba Fett? You here to deal with the Hutts and everything?" I'm like, "Oh God, are we going on another Tatooine adventure?" And he's like, "Yeah, no, I don't got time for all that crap. I gotta go take my bath. You don't understand how important this bath is to me."
I gotta wash the stink off of me.
Do you got any IG security chips? You can't get them anywhere. What about them Jawas? No. Okay, give me R5. Let's go.
Yeah. How quick did he drop that? Like, Dave and I were sitting there theorizing, like, oh my gosh, he's got all these friggin' side quests he's going to have to go on. He's got to find the memory chip for the IG droid. He's still got to go take his bath. He's got to deal with the pirates. And he's probably going to have to go back before he can even take his bath and fix IG. But he was just like, nope, I don't got time. I've got to take my bath. I'll take whatever droid I can get.
And by the way, speaking of the pirates, I think that's going to be one of the stories about Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, that starts spreading, that starts bringing people to him. I think the pirates are going to attack Navarro, and Din is going to gather up the Mandalorians that are with him and go and save that world. And that story is going to be, did you hear the story about Din Djarin, the Mandalorian? He not only wields the Darksaber, but he saved Navarro, the jewel of the Outer Rim, the only free. And I kept, the High Magistrate, Grief, kept saying, this is the only free sort of trading sector in the Outer Rim. I think that is going to become Din Djarin's base of operations while they're rebuilding Mandalore and getting stuff going. Because obviously we saw how terrible Mandalore is right now, how just utterly devastated it is. He even said, I can't believe this has only been that many years. So I think Navarro is going to become their base of operations, kind of like it was when he first started, for them while they're building up. And I think it's going to become a hub of Mandalorians. And with Din leading the charge.
What if it becomes just another world in the Mandalorian system?
Yeah. I think it will. I think it's going to start there, and it's just going to be another world. But I do have to say, one of the things that made me laugh, Din Djarin has a soft spot in his heart for Peli. Because no way would he have bought that R5 droid from anybody else. She's like, oh, it's an adventurer. It's part of the rebellion. You'll do great. You'll do, this is great, this is great. And he's like, wait, I thought you said, she's like, oh, I can't hear you. And he didn't fight it. He's like, you know what? That's fine. I've made a friend here, and I'll be fine with it. I just love that he has that interaction with her, because Amy Sedaris is awesome. She's great in this. And she's just a wonderful character.
Ripping off, it's not Guido, but what is his species? Rodan? The Rodans?
Yeah, Rodans, yeah.
Yeah. How she's just running the whole game on him. You know, at first I thought she was being honest, like, oh, I can't fix this. And then, all right, bring it out. Let's just throw it back on there. I just took it so I can get some money for it. That's
and I like when
Rodian
is landing. I like when Din is landing and she's like, oh, no, go hide. I respect this one. Like, I actually, I wouldn't pull this stunt on him.
Yeah. And he doesn't like Jawas.
It's all coming back to my prediction I made a few years ago. One of the Jawas, Din disintegrated in season 1, was her boyfriend. And when she finds out, she's going to become the big bad of season 4. It's going to be crazy. Peli versus Din. It's going to be nuts.
Hey guys, reel that in.
The funny thing is, in my OneNote, I have it under fake theories. So I'm going to reel that in.
That's a line, Dave.
Oh. Is that turned on, Doug? Is that glowing? Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to talk about the previously on The Mandalorian. As soon as we heard the Armorer talking about, and the rise of the myth, or the comeback of the Mythosaur will mark the rise of the Mandalorians again, I'm like, we're getting the Mythosaur.
Yep.
Totally this episode. And then when they saw those, oh my God, what were those monsters called? The Katan, Alamites. As soon as I saw those, and they're like, oh, if this survived, what?
Horn structure?
Well, but it said, if they survived, I wonder what else could have. And I'm like, foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
And when she was coming up out of the water and we saw the eye, I was like, we were talking on Fatherly Fandom stream last night. I got up at 4 a.m. to watch The Mandalorian because I didn't want any spoilers. And I was like, from the previously on to the foreshadowing with the Alamites to actually seeing it at the end of the episode, I couldn't go back to sleep. I was so pumped up. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. I can't wait to see more. I can't wait to go on. And during that time, I came up with a theory.
Ooh.
About the Mythosaur.
Can't wait to hear it.
Oh, it doesn't involve Savage Opress? All right, go ahead.
Savage Opress! So, they talked about the Mandalore, the Great, taming the Mythosaur. And that's what brought the clan to him, and that's what, got him this most prestige. And we've talked a lot about Din being this guy, but I don't think Din Djarin is going to be the one who tames this Mythosaur. We've had a lot of evidence to who it will be. It's going to be Grogu. He tamed that Rancor in the Book of Boba Fett. He saw the Purgles at the beginning of episode 1 here. He is developing that same sort of force power that Ezra has to kind of communicate with animals and things. And I think he is going to be the one that actually tames it, even if Din is riding it and stuff. I do think Grogu is going to be the one that sort of tames it and allows, just like Boba Fett was riding the Rancor, he's going to use the Force to tame it and let Din basically communicate with him. No, hey, we're not your enemy. We're friends. Let's do this together.
Yep.
And, he's going to help train him. And then with Din being the new Mandalore, Grogu will be the heir to Mandalore. You may even call him...
I can totally see that, too.
You may even call him heir to the Empire.
In fact, he could be the Mandalorian that the title speaks of.
He could. I thought about that too. That is definitely a possibility.
He'd have to defeat Din in battle then.
Well, maybe if something Din dies of natural causes, we'll say. The Darksaber is there. Can it be? Could they say, okay, Grogu's like, I'm going to claim the Darksaber. Would anyone like to battle me for it? And then they battle, and then he wins it in battle. So I don't think he has to beat Din per se. Or maybe he does.
Or, hear me out, it'll be like our old pal George, the way he likes to say, it's like poetry by a rhyme. Only in a much more Kermity voice. And what's going to happen is Din will be on his deathbed. And he'll say, Grogu, strike me down. Take my place as the Mandalore.
And I will become more powerful than you will ever know.
No, we didn't get mad Darth Maul vibes from what captured Din. It was more, oh my god, I can't think of his name now. That Obi-Wan killed in Revenge of the Sith. You guys mentioned him earlier.
Oh,
the metal guy with all the lightsabers.
Yeah. Hold on. My brain is,
Grievous.
it already put it away in the file cabinet.
General Grievous. Yeah.
Thank you, General Grievous. Yeah. No. So I did at first when I saw him run around on those little spider legs. Yes, I did. My first thought was, oh god, that reminds me of Spider Leg Maul. I am so glad that didn't stay a thing.
Yeah, but yes. So yeah, when he first came back, and yeah, you're right.
Then, as soon as you see the eye and all of the, fleshy stuff inside, I was like, oh, that reminds me of Grievous.
Yep, that's what I thought when I saw it.
And
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and Din's story is very close to Mandalore. Mandalore the Uniter. I think we're definitely going down that path. We may get a curveball here from Filoni and Favreau, but I mean, they're just doing such a good job. It says the Darksaber was passed down through House Vizsla, so I wonder if there is a stipulation that it can be inherited. Yeah, it could.
There might be. I don't know. They aren't exactly super clear on that, They talk about the Darksaber, and they mention that, it's a unifying force, that whoever wields it, has the right to rule all of Mandalore. And then they do mention the whole idea that it does need to be one in combat for it to actually mean anything. But it's like, they say that, and then a few episodes later, in Rebels, where they actually first say the whole thing that, it's got to be one in combat. Then, like, a few episodes later, what's her name? Oh my gosh.
Sabine Wren.
Sabine Wren's like, hey, you know what? I don't actually want this. I know that I just want it in combat, but I'm going to give it to you, and you get to be the queen. And she's like, oh, yeah, okay, I've got the Darksaber. And then everybody bows to her and everything. And she's just all like, I've got the Darksaber. And everyone's like, oh, yes, the Mandalore, Bo-Katan.
But you don't think they did that to come back later and say, the reason the Mandalorians weren't around during the original trilogy is because basically she cursed them by not winning in combat. She may have accepted it there, but that may have been all set up to bring basically this back and say, okay, it's got to be one in combat. The reason the Mandalores have been pushed all over the galaxy and, are no longer a united group is because she took it without winning it in combat. She cursed them. And she's going to be vilified.
I don't know. I'm not that's a possibility, maybe, but Jon Favreau said something recently in an interview when somebody had asked, why don't we see Grogu show up in any of the sequel films, and he says, not everyone has to be in everything. He says you can't always expect to see, your favorite character in whatever Star Wars medium, and I think that's a good way of saying, like, yeah, we love the Mandalorians, but it just those movies weren't the place to tell. Like, they may still be around by the time the sequels do roll around. They're just off doing other things. They don't got time for the First Order.
No, and that's true.
Yeah,
And we may find out post sequel trilogy, which whatever comes next, that the Mandalorians have risen to great power again, and maybe they're a threat. Maybe the new Republic or the United Systems of Planets or something along those lines, goes to battle against them or something.
Yeah.
I think
there are people in the universe who don't care about the Skywalker saga. They got their own lives to live.
there's like three Skywalkers in the universe, and they get an entire trilogy. I'm sorry, 4 Rey.
Movies.
I didn't mean to insult Rey, everybody. She is Rey Skywalker, so.
And so we've got Attack on Show and Fatherly Fandom talking about the sort of make it up as they go along rules of the Darksaber. And yes, I was actually having a very similar discussion with Chris from Fatherly Fandom when we were doing our Darksaber in Focus videos, which you can find both on the Not Your Status Quo channel and on the Fatherly Fandom channel, parts 1 and 2, respectively. But we were actually having this discussion about the rules of the Darksaber and like how, and he pointed out, and I hadn't even considered this, how technically at one point Palpatine could have been the ruler of Mandalore because he defeated Maul in combat and just kind of left the Darksaber there, but he could have taken it.
Wait, did he just beat Maul in combat, or was there somebody else
Maul
there?
And Savage Opress.
Yes, that was such a great episode of the Clone Wars. That was another one. After I watched it, I was just like, "Oh my god, I'm so glad I'm a Star Wars fan."
Savage Opress.
That's good guy Palps, true leader of Mandalore.
I need somebody out there, one of our fans. I know that we've got some artistic fans out there. I need somebody to come up with some sort of painting, drawing, whatever, showing us some propaganda poster of good guy Palps. This needs to become a thing.
Palps, OG Palps.
He's a good guy, but he'll bring order to the galaxy.
You got to do the second half.
Showing us Daddy Sheev from Rebels when he was talking to Ezra. Don't you want your parents back? I mean, yeah, kinda. Don't you want to turn on your friends? Well, they all suck anyway. I don't really like them that much.
No.
The robot's a serial killer, so,
The whole I sense something I haven't in a long time, Master. I wish. What's his name? Sam Witwer. The way he delivered that as Maul in the Clone Wars was perfection. Man, that was. I'm really wish we could get a hold
on Michael Rosenbaum's broadcast. Inside of You, his podcast. He was recently on there. I wonder if he talked any Star Wars. He had to.
He had to have.
But,
he was Star Killer. He was Maul. He's done a lot.
Yeah. I'm sure he was originally on there because he was Doomsday. But that was only one season. He has done so much more for Star Wars.
Well, while we're...
Wait, Dave, he was Doomsday?
On Smallville? Yeah.
Oh. Got it. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Keith, you wanna toss up tangent time real quick?
Give me one moment, and I certainly will.
To, but he will.
Since we're there anyway, may as well, right?
There we go. Tangent time, everybody.
So while we're on the subject of actors doing a lot of things, pulling a lot of roles, I was talking about this with these two fine gentlemen earlier today. We're talking about Motor City Comic Con, which I went to the past couple of years. It's a lot of fun. They usually do it about 2 times a year here in Michigan, and there's one coming up in May, and we've got Ashley Eckstein, who plays Ahsoka, the voice for Ahsoka in both Rebels and in Clone Wars, and in other media, and she's going to be there. But we're also going to have Tara Strong. She's going to be there too. Yeah.
Just minutes.
Yes, Tara Strong, who plays like everything. If you watched any sort of cartoon in the 90s, she played a voice in it. Guaranteed.
Yeah, she was Blossom on Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls.
She was Harley Quinn on Batman the Animated Series.
Yes, she was.
Raven?
No,
On Rick and Morty. She's Rick's car on Rick and Morty.
Yep.
Oh, yep. She is.
She was Raven. Yep.
She's Miss Minutes from Loki.
I mentioned that already.
Oh, did you? I didn't hear you. Sorry. But I want to talk. I just want to mention this because this is so cool. Attack on Show was talking about Sam Witwer, and he said he's awesome. We made a video of my daughter calling Lucasfilm when they first canceled Clone Wars, and he shared the video on Twitter and called her adorable. That is an awesome story.
That is so cool.
He was like a down-to-earth guy.
Yeah.
Damn, what was I gonna say?
Tara Strong.
I hear we have a new person to add to our list of actors that we follow, like Pedro and
Are you talking? No. Whoa. We don't follow these. We stan them. Use the correct youthful vernacular term. We stan.
Yes. And who is that actor or actress?
Okay, so for those that don't know, we stan Pedro Pascal. We stan Jonathan Majors.
Mm-hmm.
Who else did we add? Did we add somebody else now?
Giancarlo.
Yes, we stan Giancarlo Esposito. And Fatherly Fandom brought up the one last night. And we said, Doug and I are on board. We didn't think it'd be a problem for you, but we want to make sure that you're okay. Ming-Na Wang.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
She is in everything we like and that we watch.
She was amazing as the Cavalry, which has been confirmed she's returning for Secret Invasion. It's not confirmed.
Nice.
I'm joking. You know, she was... she's Fennec Shand in Star Wars. She was... oh my God, what is the Disney movie?
She was in the Disney movie.
Mulan.
Yeah, Mulan, yep.
Yep.
Of course, she was in Street Fighter. Been in a ton of million things.
She was Chung-Li.
Yeah, she's wonderful. She's great. And the best thing about her is she is a total nerd too. You know, she talks about all this stuff and she's into it. She's just not showing up, you know, on the set of The Mandalorian to make a buck. She was excited to be in Star Wars.
Yeah, she likes this stuff.
Yeah.
I was going to ask Doug, when you were listing off who's going to be here, was Ming-Na Wen going to be here for the Comic-Con?
No, she won't be. But obviously, time-traveling Sith Lord Christopher Lloyd, he will be there.
Christopher Lloyd will be there?
Yes.
Yep.
Nice.
Doug, you just nailed it. Christopher Lloyd is playing crazed Jedi clone George Sabaoth.
Well, we went to one of those, the year we put this together, the very year, I don't even think we put out a video yet. Me and Keith went to Michigan Comic-Con in Novi. And who was there? I know Summer Glau was there. That was a great moment for me. But
Tom Welling was there.
I met Tom Welling, yes. And we missed Michael Rosenbaum. He was there the night before.
Yeah.
But you remember what's her name? Margot Kidder was supposed to be there.
Yeah, and she passed away like days before.
Yeah. So everyone was signing her. You know, obviously they still set it up for her to be there, but everyone was coming up and writing messages on it. That was pretty cool.
That was very cool. But Attack on Show is going Saturday to Motor City Comic Con, so perhaps we should plan on going Saturday, gentlemen.
We were discussing which day, but yeah, okay, I'd be down for that. A few of the other people that I thought was kind of interesting that are going to be there. William Daniels, Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World.
I don't think I've ever seen that show.
It was super important for me growing up. It was like
No,
one of
it
my
was a '90s kid show, right?
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I was in
Yeah.
my 20s.
it was a 90s kids show that kind of evolved and it grew with the people in their age and it turned into a teen show and then eventually turned into like a college drama and then a married couple drama. It was like grew with them with the characters.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah, good show. And then
Wasn't that the
it's
brother
also
of
going to
that?
have
Who's that kid from Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah, Ben Savage.
Yeah, Ben Savage and his brother is the famous other Savage, who I can't think of his name. I thought it was Ed or something.
No, but he was in Malcolm in the Middle, and he was in that one show, The Wonder Years.
Yeah, and he was
Fred
in
Savage.
Goldmember with the mole.
Yeah, what'd you call him, Doug?
Fred Savage.
Yes, Fred Savage. Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Fred and Ben.
Mm-hmm. But Richard Karn will also be there. He played Al in Tool Time show, whatever that was, Home Improvement.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Comic related.
This one, I know the younger kids are probably going to be more excited about, but I'm still salty over it. Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario, he's not the voice of my Mario. My Mario was an angry Brooklynite who, hey, paisanos, what's going on? It's Mario here. Hey, screw you, bills in the mail. I'm a plumber, whatever. And then you've got Charles Martinet that started doing this in, I think, what, like 96 or something like that, and when the Nintendo 64 came out, I don't know. He'll be there too. Whatever, I don't care about that. I hope he gets nobody at his table.
So no other big names, huh?
No, Michael Rooker will be there.
Oh, Michael! No way.
Yeah.
Nice. I would go there just to ask him about Merle instead of
instead of his more famous character, because they do have his picture as Yondu up here on the Comic-Con page. But yeah, go ahead and ask him about the small-time character they played.
So how'd you like playing Merle on Walking Dead? He'd be
Boo!
like, get the hell out of here.
Remember that?
What was your motivation for Merle? Could you talk about your prep leading up to the role and someone get this kid the hell out of here?
Angry redneck. That was it.
This guy paid for a picture. I don't care. Get him out of here.
Oh, and
And yet-
Brett Spiner will be there.
Oh, nice data.
Yep.
We were just
Mentioned
talking
Eric
about
Braun.
Star Trek: The Next Generation last night. My favorite Star Trek show. I've been enjoying Picard on Paramount Plus. It's been really well done. This new season is reuniting all the Next Generation people.
Don't like Captain Kirk. What?
No, he's not really a captain. My problem
He
is he would go down to the surface. The captain of a ship does not beam down to the surface and fight aliens. He tells people to go
That's
down
not
to the
why he
surface and
went
fight
there.
aliens. Well, I know it isn't. Once
went
again,
there.
he's
To meet the ladies. That's what he went there for.
once again not a captain. There are very few hills I will die on. One of them is Picard is the best Starfleet captain ever.
I can't believe you said that.
This name seems familiar. Oh my God! Wow, yeah, of course he would be there. Missed this one. Matt Lanter.
Oh, is that
on Clone Wars? Yeah,
Yeah, he was Anakin,
he's
wasn't
the
he?
voice of Anakin.
Oh, yeah, that's where I recognize that name from.
Yep. He was the voice of Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Star Wars: Rebels, Star Wars: Forces of Destiny, Lego Star Wars, Disney Infinity, blah 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 blah. Just a whole bunch of Darth Vader. Oh, and he played Agent Venom in the Ultimate Spider-Man TV series. Keith's favorite Spider-Man.
And I just want to say, Fatherly Fandom, reunited and it feels so good.
Hey, you're going to get us canceled. What are you doing?
Wait, hold on. I just got an email from Twitch. It's a cease and desist.
Damn it. Linda Ronstadt's coming after us. Or who sang that song?
I don't even know who's saying it.
I have no
That's a
idea.
good question. But yeah,
But-
I mean,
Yeah, a lot of really cool people there. I'm very excited. I've got to figure out who I definitely want to go see. I'm pretty sure I have to go see Ashley Eckstein. I'm pretty sure about that. But I don't know, like, am I gonna also see Christopher Lloyd? Do I, go see Tara Strong? Like, it's just, there's so many people.
I would probably have to see Christopher Lloyd because my father-in-law looks a lot like Christopher Lloyd.
Do I order a Miss Minutes figure and have Tara Strong sign that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you do. And I'll get a little. I'll get Rick's car. That would be perfect for me. Get a little Rick's car. Have her sign that. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Keep Summer safe. All right, Keith. There's a question for you in the chat. Matt Lantern. I can't say it. Lantern or Hayden. Which would you rather do the voice for Anakin?
Matt.
Well,
for me,
I do like Hayden as the live action voice. I think I'd go Hayden. Nothing wrong with Matt. I think he did a great job. But, especially when we see Hayden in this season of The Mandalorian during the Order 66 footage, saving Grogu. So I think it's going to be, he's mowing down Jedi, saving Grogu.
Okay.
Filling that in, no way.
If he gets proper direction, yes, he could probably be good. I just constantly think of all of his lines from Attack of the Clones. He's like, talking about how much he hates sand and how, he killed all the sand people and he killed the women and the children.
But remember,
it's like, oh, he's so cringy. And then when we see badass, awesome Anakin jumping on the screen and he's real confident and cocky and everything, I'm just like, I like that Anakin.
From what we've gotten, but I also blame the director in Attack of the Clones because Hayden did those lines.
George Lucas.
And it was like, is that good? Oh, yeah, cut. That was perfect. Perfection. And it was like, but we'll see.
Really
if the rumors are true.
Me ranting for 5 minutes straight about sand? Yes, every minute of that needs to be in the movie. People aren't going to understand the character of Darth Vader unless we leave that in.
I'm looking forward to seeing if the rumors are true and we get a battle between Ahsoka and Anakin on Mustafar in the Ahsoka show. Maybe we'll see Hayden being Anakin and being the more badass Anakin like we want, and maybe they'll know. But if he falls flat there too, then I have the right to change my answer at a later date.
Well, they did say that leading up to
it.
They did say that leading up to him being in Obi-Wan Kenobi, that he watched like a ton of episodes of the Clone Wars to prepare for it, and they're like, yeah, nobody told him he had to do that. He just did it on his own. He's like, yeah, I started watching a couple of episodes and they were really good, so I just kept watching them.
Yeah, well, he made the right choice. Very good series.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I want Hayden to get some good material too, and we've talked about it many times. It is almost like two different characters between the Anakin we got in the movies and the Anakin we got on the Clone Wars. With the Clone Wars one being so much better.
The delivery that he gave, that line delivery when Obi-Wan cut his mask at the end of the Obi-Wan series, just perfection. That was so good. You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. He was weak. I destroyed him. It's like, oh, dang, that gave me chills. That was good.
That was good.
Hey, have you told that joke about that video you sent to us with Obi-Wan? When he said, "Oh, your mom was hot, and so was your dad."
Okay. So was your dad. Oh God.
Last time I saw him, he was on fire.
Fatherly fandom, I think we all agree with you. I think we all had problems with certain parts of Obi-Wan, but that scene was absolutely made it worthwhile.
Absolutely.
And hopefully a season 2 announcement at Star Wars Celebration.
He screamed from the depth of his loins.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you notice no headache tonight?
Oh, good.
I act a little bit different, I'd say.
Yes, you're a little more engaged, a little more talkative. But you do a good job. When you have a migraine, sometimes it's hard to tell.
I really can't tell.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I do.
Well, we appreciate you, Dave.
Oh, thank you. I will. Your gift's in the mail.
I appreciate you, Doug. Oh, thanks.
Oh, no.
Doug.
No, we don't do that. Just
yes,
kidding, Doug. The best.
Doug, we get more compliments on your graphic design for our title cards than anything else about our show.
Indeed,
you are amazing, Douglas.
Well, guys, I guess I should come clean. I haven't created any of those. They're all done by ChatGPT.
I knew it.
Yeah, it's all OpenAI. It's all been OpenAI art this whole time.
Hey,
well,
can you remove him from the chat right now?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me remove him from.
He's cool.
And Fatherly Fandom, I know that they've listed him as a look back on Obi-Wan Kenobi the series. But come on. Do you think they're going to say, to announce Obi-Wan Season 2, they're going to look back on it and talk about it. They're going to say, you know what? It was so good. Let's do it again. And they're going to say, Obi-Wan Season 2 coming 2027, the fall.
Well,
I mean, like, oh, cool. Why so far away?
As we know, they do have to bring it back because there's a certain Inquisitor that needs to die.
She needs to take it. Well, you know what?
Was it the seventh sister that
Third.
I was trying to think because... Oh, okay, the third. Yeah, because Fatherly Fandom thought I meant Reva. And I liked Reva as a character. Once again,
No,
could have been
Reva
done a little
was
better,
third
but
sister.
Moses... Okay.
Reva was third sister. You were right last time with fourth sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that fourth sister needs to go. She was only there to be killed by Obi-Wan, and she lived. I will not stand for the sacrilege. It has to happen.
Reva is an okay character. I just didn't like the way they did that in that show overall. It seemed like it was more of a Reva show than it was an Obi-Wan show. You know? And if they're setting up a show for her, go ahead. Do it. Make her own show. Just don't, if you come back with Obi-Wan Season 2, don't have Reva in it, please.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
Silence!
Oh, sorry, I'm downloading a picture.
Oh, of your favorite Skrull.
That's not a scroll.
It's
looks like a
really
scroll.
slow. He's got a 56K modem. I can hear the beeping in the background.
If you ask me. Will you put it up there so people can see what I'm talking about?
It takes a minute, Dave. You know, I got multiple things to do in OBS. It's not as easy as it looks.
It is super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Okay, just because you're a scroll, Doug, and you have some power, this is who I'm talking about. She was only there to be destroyed by Obi-Wan, and yet she lives.
So,
Unacceptable.
What did she do?
Nothing.
No.
That's the point.
Go up higher. He says, I'm fine to never see her again. And he says, oh, what did she do?
Oh, no, he said, I'm fine to never see Reva again.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was the thing, you know, Attack on Show, I agree. Her getting stabbed in the stomach twice and still living just was starting to be a little ridiculous. I thought Moses Malone, is it Moses? No, Moses Malone is a basketball player.
Okay.
What is the actress's name? I thought she did a fine job for Reva.
Moses Ingram.
Yeah, not Moses Malone. But I thought she did a good job. I thought she was a fine, yes, Moses Ingram. She's a you know, an excellent actress. She did a great job with the material she was given. I just didn't like some of the ways the character was written. You know, it was nice. I think Doug mentioned last night, it was nice that some kid from Order 66 survived to become this Inquisitor. Yeah. I thought that was a nice touch, but overall they could have done it a lot better.
Yeah, it was just poorly executed. Like I don't think that if Darth Vader, he wouldn't be messing around with Inquisitors. He wouldn't be setting up things for the traps for them to fall in, he would just kill them. That was at the stage that he was at. If someone gave him crap, he would just kill him. He wouldn't leave her there to die. You know what I mean? That's the part that I had a problem with.
And I agree. At that point, Vader was he wouldn't have just, okay, she's dying, I'll walk away. He would have finished the job.
I don't know, because the comics that we read, when the Inquisitorius was started, in fact, we have a really good in-focus that Keith did on the Inquisitorius and, the very first Inquisitors. And in the beginning, Darth Vader was just slaughtering them, and even the Emperor had to be like, whoa, Anakin, buddy, hey, calm it down just a little, like, they don't grow on trees. We have very limited Jedi, remember? Order 66, I had them all killed, there's not a lot of them left. Stop killing them all. But I hate them, they're all terrible, they suck. Yeah, train them, I don't know, just stop. You killed 13 of them yesterday. I killed 2 more on my way in. Oh, stop it!
And then he starts kind of torturing them, but that was always to kind of train them. Like, he was extremely, like, you made one mistake, like, he's cutting your arm off.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, you won't make that mistake again. How could I? I don't have an arm. But yeah, I
Vader
just,
was hurting the bottom line, yeah.
But what Reva did was...
Vader, this is expensive.
What Reva did, I thought for sure he would, make sure she was gone. Make sure she was gone.
Arrivederci?
Just Arrivederci, yes. So, once again...
think had it been a few years ago, she would have been. Maybe by that point, he'd settled just a bit. I don't know. I'm not trying to, defend it. I still think it was kind of silly.
I'm not defending Vader here.
Once again, good guy Palps was trying to save those lives. Thank you, Fatherly Fandom.
We still need workers.
Yes. We need some Inquisitors, Vader.
Yeah, I don't want to have to go out and do everything in this galaxy. You're going to need some people working under you.
I had to travel to Mandalore to kill Maul or maim Maul and kill Savage Opress.
Savage Opress.
The one plot thing that they never capitalized on was when the Emperor saved Maul, or didn't kill him. I should say he didn't save him per se, but he said, "I'm not going to kill you. I still have plans for you." And nothing ever came of that. I was like, when he said that, I was like, "Oh my God, what does he have in store for Maul? What's he going to use him for?"
At that point, did they have something planned, or do you think they're like, we're going to leave this here just in case we think of something?
I think they did it just in case they think of something.
I mean, Obi-Wan just took care of it. Like, you're not gonna do anything the Emperor says. I'm just gonna take care of this right now.
Mm-hmm. Good guy Palps, tough on crime, taking down the syndicate. Well, I guess we do know, because after the Clone Wars, Maul was still running like Crimson Dawn or the Crime Syndicate. We saw that in Solo, so maybe that's what he needed him for. I need you to build a crime syndicate. Here's some things you're going to do. If you don't, I'll be back. How's that sound? I'll be good.
But I'm still going to go look for Obi-Wan.
Yeah, he. And that's the thing. I mean, if we get an Obi-Wan Season 2, Maul could show up. Because we know that Obi-Wan took place before Rebels, so we could have something going on there. That would be fantastic. Obi-Wan needs to stop the crime syndicate from doing something, or they come to Tatooine, or start a civil war. I don't know. They can figure something out. Much better writers.
With the story on Rebels, hadn't they not seen each other since that battle? Because that was his whole goal, was to find Obi-Wan. So, I don't think they'd have him in a live action.
I don't know if they ever said they haven't. I don't know if they ever said they hadn't seen each other, but they kind of hinted at it. So you're probably right. I mean, he'll show up. And Doug, we got a Emperor Palpatine. Do the voice. Do the
Let's hear
voice.
Good guy
I've got the I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, you got 5 minutes.
Yes, yes. I just want to remind you, in this empire, look, we're just trying to help our fellow galactic citizens. All right, I'm not an evil space wizard. I don't know what you may have heard. It's not true. No, I don't have a cyborg who goes around hunting people just because I command him to. No, 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 no. No, I'm a good guy. I'm old Sheevy, your pal. That's right. You democratically elected me 20 years ago. And you know, we've had good times here in the Empire. It's been good. It's been great. So join your local Imperial organization today. We need more stormtroopers. Very short on them. I don't know what keeps happening. Something about, I heard there was a mining accident somewhere. Who knows? But hey, join the Empire today.
Excuse me. Emperor Palpatine?
Yes.
Keith Richter, Tatooine Times. Is it true your main enforcer, Darth Vader, killed a bunch of Tusken Raiders on Tatooine many years ago?
I don't know that name.
Yes, but so did Boba Fett, right?
Is it true that sand turns into glass, like the sands of Tatooine, when it's superheated by, say, I don't know, a giant space laser out of a space station? Just spitballing.
Like a fusion bomb on the...
Hey, look, I'm not saying that it could be, but, hey, you know, maybe, don't ask stupid questions. Next.
That's not a moon. That's a space station.
Then that also needs a nice long Family Guy pause, much like the it smells worse on the inside.
Excuse me, Emperor Palpatine, Cara Dune, Alderaan Times. Why was your space station called the Death Star? I thought it was for scientific research.
Why was the space station... Look, I don't know why the rebels name anything that they do. I certainly didn't call it the Death Star. None of it. It was not known among the Empire as the Death Star. This was Project Stardust. I don't know why you would listen to rebel propaganda, but you shouldn't.
And wait, where were you from?
One follow-up question. I'm from Alderaan. So you're saying this space station will never be used as a weapon against, well, hypothetically, my home planet, the planet I love.
Absolutely not. Our wonderful favorite senator, Bail Organa, from the planet Alderaan. Love the guy. Great guy. Never speaks out against me. You know, what? I hold Alderaan in the highest of regards. Now, what would be very terrible is if there was a mining accident.
Hey, Palps, should I set a course for Alderaan?
Yes, do it. Do it. I have time for one more question.
Reduce taxes to zero on Alderaan. That's true. Nobody owes any taxes on that planet.
Oh God, that's so bad.
Mr. Jar Jar Binks, Naboo.
My
Naboo
old pal,
News.
Jar Jar, great guy over here.
Why say you get rid of me after I get you in power?
What? Jar Jar, did you not get the paperwork? Jar Jar, I offered you a job. It was look, the Empire is in flux, many moving pieces. My people will talk to your people. We'll get it worked out. By the way,
your next apprentice.
as an apology, I would like to give you a ticket to Alderaan for a vacation.
Misa here, Alderaan, beautiful this time of year.
Oh, it's very sunny, very bright. You're gonna love the heat.
Your 5 minutes is over, sir. And don't forget to hit us up at Twitter, leave a comment down below, and we will see you next time on Not Your Status Quo.